I did a thing today. Right, Josh? I did a stupid thing today. Yeah. I'm having buyer's remorse already, and I haven't even ran the thing yet. This is a brand new Husqvarna 562. So I went down to one of my favorite shops today, Palmetto, Georgia. It's called Dillard Brothers, but I think they just call it lawn equipment, lawn and mower, I think. But it's in Palmetto, Georgia. It's the Husqvarna dealer that's in Palmetto. Real good group of guys, and honestly, they didn't have to try too hard to get me to buy this. I've been thinking about buying it because I can't get it out of my head that I want to fully upgrade my Jonsered 2258 to a 562 XP. I don't think that I'll be able to fully do that really though, because I know that this thing has the large mount bar mount system, and I think that the case is just a slightly bit different on this side, on the clutch side, and it's because of that the crank that it has. This has a stuffed crank, a crank with stuffers, and I don't think I can take this crank and move it directly into my Jonsered. So again, it's a Jonsered 2258, and what I'm looking to do with this is rob all the parts off of it to go into my Jonsered, and I don't think I'll be able to get the crank and the crank stuffers in there. So please, if you guys know about this, like Walt, I know you're one that probably knows about this. I know that I've seen a video on it, but that's back whenever you were messing with the 260 XP and stuff. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Am I going to just rob the coil off of this and the carburetor and put it on my Jonsered and call it good? Or am I going to put all my Jonsered parts onto this crankcase? I don't know. But either way, what I've got sitting in front of me right now, for better or worse, is a brand new Husqvarna 262 XP. It'll all work out in the wash. Excuse me. Because worst case scenario, I'll port and polish this thing and turn around and sell it as a ported machine. But I don't know exactly what's going to happen just yet. As of right now, I've put it through a heat cycle of a few minutes, and that's all it's seen. So let's see if it fires right back up again after it's been sitting for 4 or 5 minutes. That's a good sign, right? And let's do a couple cuts with it to get the auto tune set. It already sounds like it tuned up, doesn't it? Boy, it already feels faster than my 2258. And my 2258's been ported and piped. And closer to broken in than this. Damn, these things are smooth. Smooth cutting saws. Let's get you set up over here. Looking this way. Let's see what she'll do. Uh-oh. See, that's bullshit. That is totally. Okay, feels fast, feels really nice and fast. So I've already got footage of the dire wolf in this log, and I've got footage of the steel MS400 in this log. So let's go ahead and take this chain. This is a Husqvarna C83 chain. Let's go ahead and take this chain and put it on my Johnson Red, and we'll see how it cuts. But that's for a comparison video. Let's go inside right now and BS a little bit about some of the other things I got while I was there in Palmetto, Georgia, at Dillard Brothers Lawn and Garden, or something like that. Okay. Let me make sure that's recording. Yes, we are recording. All right, so yeah, a little bit of a, I'll be honest, a little bit of a buzzkill, because I'm just not super feeling great about my purchase, because I've got so many stupid saws. Something's got to go, you know. That's the first time I've used my new little handy dandy impact driver thingy. Hopefully that'll help save my elbow from this action. That tendon back there is all jacked up still. Even though I got the cortisone shot in there. The dry needling worked for the muscular part, this part right here. That's what most people have a problem with. But the tendon back here, I got the cortisone shot. And hell, that's 3 or 4 weeks ago at this point. Still ain't better. I mean, it's better. It still ain't fixed. It still ain't healed. So, anyways. Yeah, I'm just feeling a little bit like, what are you doing, Bodie? Crackheads do stupid things too. You know, addiction is real. It is real. Okay? I'm really addicted to this. I feel like I cheated on my wife because I'm definitely not going to tell her about that one. All right. So, I got 2 more things there in Palmetto. Those guys really hooked me up this time. Ty, thank you. So this is a 61, and it's rough, and it's dead. It's gone. But all the case, the case on it is good. The tank appears to be good. Bits and pieces, it's all there. It's got a handle. That handle is not stock to this saw. It can't be. It's got this, for one, it sits up real high. Never seen that before. The other thing, it flares out at the bottom here. It comes, instead of, they usually just go straight down, this one kind of flares out. So I definitely don't think that's a stock handle. But regardless, this is a good part saw. And maybe it'll be more than that someday, but I doubt it. This is probably just a part saw. I haven't even taken the top cover off to see if everything's there or not. But the big thing that I'm really excited about, and you should be too, because somebody just put it in the comments of my last video, I believe it was the last video. Why don't you get a 565 and test it out? So this right here was one that they had sitting there in the box. Customer didn't want to pay to fix it. This is a 565. 565, from my understanding, is the exact same chainsaw as the 572 XP with a little bit different transfer caps. And I think that's it. I think this even has the same coil and everything. It's just slightly different transfer caps. I think. Please put it in the comments. You guys are really helpful in that way. There's a lot of stuff that I don't know. I know I get a lot of newbies, guys that are new to the hobby, and they think that I know everything. And even if you're not new to the hobbies, if you're new to me, you might think that I know more than I do because I talk with such confidence. But I'm pretty new to this as well. There's a lot that I don't know. So the story with this is, it's got great compression. Well, not great. Oh, I think there we go. There we go. There's the compression. That compression release was pushed in. So it's got great compression. It seems to be in pretty good shape. On the ticket, he said it looks like he thinks it needs a coil, and he said something about the carburetor too. He's like, it probably going to need some there's something going on with the carburetor as well, blah, blah, blah. But it's probably one of those things they would have to fix the coil first and then see how it runs. And so right off the bat there, I'm looking at this saw probably, I'm going to have $300 worth of just parts in it. But it's a nice saw. So, and I've yet to run one of these, yet to have one of these for my channel. So what this will probably be is a money maker for me. So I will definitely get it running and see how it cuts. And, then I'll port it and polish it and do all I need to make it run like a 572 or whatever I can do with it, and then turn around and sell it. But it'll be a fun project. So that's pretty cool, right? Now let me run and grab the Johnson Red. Can't use the same bar as the 562 because 562 takes the large mount. And this is a 22-inch bar, so we can't use this bar. A lot of times, if you guys watch the videos and I do something and I'm like, well, it's got a different chain on it, so we can't really, it's not an even comparison. And for the most part, everybody is completely understanding and everything, but sometimes it does appear that, some people just can't understand why in the world I wouldn't do everything perfectly even. Well, it's not by choice. It's because of stuff like this. It's a lot of work to make these videos, and sometimes I'd rather just throw out a general comparison video. You know, just a general comparison video. Instead of trying to make things perfectly even. Because it takes work, you know? And contrary to what some people may think, I don't have all the time in the world to do this stuff. I have other things to do in my life. So sometimes I have to decide between, you know, am I going to make a video with 2 chainsaws that have dissimilar chains, or am I not going to make a video at all? You get me? You feel me? Bruv? Bruv? Boy, this thing's nice. All right, so we're all set and ready to go and test this thing, but that'll be for a different video. So, yeah, next few days, you know what you're going to see. You're going to see that 562, wherever it's at, somewhere. I don't know where it's at. There it is. You see that 562 paired up against the Direwolf 620. This thing, the 2258 Jansa Red that I have ported and polished, and it's got a nice hammerhead pipe on it. And the Stihl MS400 as well. So we'll see how everything compares. And maybe this thing will be so close that I won't do anything with it, but I doubt it. So whenever I ported this, every time I port a chainsaw, I learn a little bit more. And that's probably the case with most people, except for people that have been doing it for quite a while. I need to do a video on what I have learned after porting, you know, my first 20 chainsaws, let's say. Because I've probably done about that at this point. And one of the things that I've learned is these 5 series saws, it's hard to get any kind of considerable power out of them unless you cut that squish band and get more compression. Because the way that they're set up, for one, they're only going to rev what they rev. And you understand what I mean by that? You're never going to get them to rev to 13,000 RPMs unless you really do some crazy stuff. And I say 13,000 RPMs. I know that there's rev boost and stuff like that on some models. I think that they did away with the rev boost for the 562. I think so. But I'm uncertain of that as well. But I don't think rev boost is only for small limbing purposes. Whenever you get into real wood, it doesn't go up that high. Anyways, they're controlled electronically. And so there's only a certain amount of adjustment. Well, you can't do any adjustment to them. But the modifications, they're already like a ported saw, you know. So porting them doesn't yield a whole lot of gain unless you can actually drop that cylinder down low and get a good deal of more compression. And, you know, there's guys out there that have better luck than other guys, of course, but that's my experience. These things they don't respond to just general porting very well. And this one was just generally ported. I removed the base gasket, and that already put my squish right there at 20 thousandths, perfect. And so I gained a little bit of compression there, but then I raised the exhaust roof, and so whatever compression I gained from doing that, I lost it. It was, you know, or at least most of it. And they have a really big combustion chamber. The combustion chamber, at least on this saw, the combustion chamber came almost all the way out to the cylinder walls, which means you got to cut substantially into that squish so that you can minimize that combustion chamber size and get considerably more compression. So they're a different beast altogether. They really are. And so whenever I ported this, even though I was pretty happy with it right from the get-go, over time I'm going, dang it. It's not like I ruined anything. It's still good. It runs great, and I really enjoy running this saw. But I keep thinking of the what ifs, and that's why snatching that thing. What I may do is just take the coil, the carburetor, and the cylinder off of that. Swap them all over. Be very transparent and clear what I've done, and then sell that Husqvarna, right? I might do that. But then I won't have the stuffer crank. Anyways, it's a catch-22. Definitely do not want to get rid of this saw. I really like this saw. Plus, it was given to me by a loved one. So this one's not going anywhere. I'm just wanting this one to be the best that it can be. And, what I'm doing is I'm looking at the transfer ports. Supposedly this one has larger transfer ports than this one. And whenever you swap them over, you get gains just from moving the transfer ports over. But I gotta say, it doesn't. If anything, it looks like these are smaller than these transfers. The idea with smaller transfers is that the flow of the fuel and air mixture is at a much higher velocity, allowing you to get more RPMs. The larger transfers, they tend to give you a broader power band, and it won't be so peaky. Won't make as much power, but won't be so peaky either. So anyways, enough of that. I'm going to go right now and put this thing in the wood, but you'll catch that on a different video. Take care.